What's going on, YouTube world and YouTube tribe? Welcome to LilBigMan Gaming, bringing you a review for, as the title suggests, Blacklighting. Well, then this is episode, I want to say this is episode 9? Is it episode 9? Yeah, episode 9, Lyding. But first things first, if I could get everybody to hit that like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification button. And also, leave a comment down below of what you thought of this episode of Blacklighting. Also, for those who are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Become part of the tribe, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss out on any great action of reviews, gameplay, retro gameplays, unboxings. I got all types of things coming down the pipeline. Hey, it's almost time for Resident Evil. I will be doing a demo to Resident Evil 8 on the channel, and then I will be playing Resident Evil 8 on the channel. Hopefully, I'm being on the lookout. Hopefully, I've been trying to get some. PS5 or Xbox Series X. So if you guys know anything about that, let me know in the comments down below too, where I can get one so I can do unboxings and play the game for you. But with that being said, those who are subscribed to the channel and the new subscribers alike, thank you, love you, appreciate you for allowing me to entertain you, to bring you these type of videos. Because without you guys, I'm just talking to the camera and to myself. Please don't let me talk to myself. I'm very lonely. With that being said, let's get into it. 1,200 subscribers to goal. Let's get into it. Let's see. You know how I like to give it to y'all. Blacklighting, episode 9, Lyding. Gamby warns the Pierce family of a possible crisis looming. So, what is he talking about? You know, what is this possible crisis? This episode was so good. Yeah, this episode was so good. I had to get my notes in there for what to talk about for a minute. But yeah, I mean, it was jam packed with everything. Where do I begin? Where do I start? So there, you know, the crisis that's looming in this episode is that is the looming showdown with Tobias Wells. Tobias is kickstarting his plan in this episode. This episode literally has him putting all the pieces together to get revenge on him, and we do see later on the episode that he still want to get revenge against Blacklighting for what happened to his sister in season 1 and Blacklighting. Then we have the problems with Lynn. We had the problems with Lynn, which actually brings us to the very first scene of the episode. Is basically Jeff, Jennifer, and Anissa. They're going to the lab to talk to Lynn because she found a way to isolate and destroy the Meta gene within inside Meta. She could actually take away powers. Like she could she found a way to make you human again. So they go to talk to her, but the door closed, like the doors are locked down. So Jeff tried to go see what was wrong and realized the sliding doors won't open again. And he like they keep calling for Lynn, like where is she at? And he's like, Jeff's like, hey Lynn, the door won't open. What's going on? And she's like, I know it won't open. Because she's basically revealed that she's locked them in there, and that they like, what's going on? Why you locked the door? And she's like, because you guys will fight me on this. I have a way to take this is the only way. I have a way to take the powers away from you, make you normal again. I could treat you, but you guys wouldn't accept it. We don't have time for a debate. And they warn her. They ask her not warn her, but they plead with her not to do this. That she doesn't want to go down this road, being somebody that doesn't give people a choice. And she says she doesn't have a choice. She's doing it to protect her family. So she hits this button, push the countdown, the little meter countdowns, filling up to 100, with the room with gas that's stripping them of their powers. And as they're losing, they realize that they can't use their powers. Lightning can't lightning. Blacklighting can't use his lightning powers. Thunder can't use her moves or nothing. They both they're coughing, choking on the gas, and they realize they don't have their powers anymore. But as the process reaches its climax of 100%, we also see that they're starting to bleed from from everywhere. Jeff is bleeding from Jeff and Jennifer. They bleeding from their hands. Then they start bleeding from their mouth and ears. They start coughing up blood, and they begin to collapse to the ground. Anissa, she begins to cough up blood. And she's pleading with her mom, why are you doing this? You have to stop this. And she puts her bloody hand on the glass, and she's horror movie style sliding down and dying. So everybody, Lynn is like, no, this is what is best. She moves away from the glass, from the mirror, from the glass, and she cradles into the fetal position. Like, no, this is for the best, But it's revealed that it was all a nightmare that she's telling the therapist. She's really at the therapist's office revealing, well, not 100% revealing, but she's revealing that she had a nightmare that she tried to fix her family against their will and went horribly wrong. And the therapist telling her, well, maybe that's a sign that the nightmare is trying to tell you that maybe fixing your family against their will, for one, is bad, but for two, most importantly, maybe they don't need fixing. That maybe that's why your dream went horribly wrong, because maybe they don't need fixing at all. So Lynn tries to go to her office, she tried to go back to her layer, her office, her laboratory, and to get into her lab, but she realized her thumbprint doesn't work, and she keeps trying to get in there, and the security guard comes to grab her, and apparently the security guard and her have a connection, not like she was cheating on Jeff with this guy, but she's the reason why that security guard still got his job. I guess he did something stupid and was going to lose his job, but Lynn did the right thing and made sure that he got to keep his job, because it sounded like it really wasn't his fault or that he made a mistake. So she's bringing that up. She's asking him why can't she get into a lab, and he said he's not at liberty to say. He's trying to swoo her away, but she won't go. She's steady trying to figure out what's going on. Why won't you let me into the lab? So he finally reveals to her that the guy that raided Jeff's house in the last episode, the FBI police officer, he basically came by and froze and took everything, so that because for reasons unknown at that point, they haven't revealed why he did it, but they came and revealed that they took everything and froze her out because of a specific reason, and then she has an inkling onto why, because we all know that he's a metahuman working for Tobias Wells. So this would lead into Jeff, who was at his house, Jeff was at home, still not allowed back in school because of the whole embezzlement scheme that Tobias had planted on Jeff. And he would get interrupted by Lynn, and he's like, why are you not at work, Lynn? What's going on? Why are you here? And Lynn would tell him that there's no point. She said there's no point in going to work if there's no work to be done. And he's like, he's confused, like, what do you mean? And she said that the FBI that guy that came through here searching our house, he came and took everything, my research, my life's work, and froze me out of my lab. He was like, okay. He said, okay, we can fix it. This is, we already know this is. Why would they do that? Is that even legal? And they said they legally did it because of the embezzlement charge, because of your embezzlement charges from the school. They said that you used the money that you embezzled from the school. You used it to fund my research. And notice how they said that you embezzled. That, when everybody gets mad and mention this embezzlement, is kind of working for Tobias, because nobody won't mention. Everybody keep forgetting, because when they get angry, they keep forgetting that the embezzlement is not real. You know, Jeff really didn't embezzle anything. That's Tobias setting him up. But perfect story. I like how the perfect storytelling is that when people get mad, they forget that and actually just think that he embezzled when he really didn't. Because he even bring it up. He said the embezzlement is not even real. That's Tobias Wells trying to get this is all Tobias. You know, he's trying to get back at me, and he's trying to, you know, he's making his move. And she said, well, Jeff, until we could get fine proof that we could find, until we get proof that Tobias is that Tobias is behind it, you know, or that she knows he's behind it. She said, till we could get proof that proves that he, you know, the definitive proof that clears his name, everybody's going to keep assuming that he really did do it, because Tobias is playing him so well. You know, what can I do? So, you know, Jeff tried to console her, but she's like, no, don't do that, and walks away. You know, and I just love the beautifulness of that. In her anger, she, for a minute, actually accused him of being the embezzler, until Jeff reminded her that it was just it was all fake, a concoct scheme by Tobias Wells. But she still takes it out of him that she takes it out of him that even with that being true, it's still your fault, because of your war with Tobias Wells. Now we're starting to become collateral damage in your war. Now he's not only coming after you, he's trying to hurt everybody you care about because of you. You know, we forget that Tobias started this war by killing Jeff's father. Jennifer goes and does a stupid thing and goes dressed up as Lightning. We see that Gammy finally got the Lightning suit back for her, refitted for her new form, and she goes and she goes and posts a video to Instagram to help the boy she like at school to raise funds for to save the music class. And this gets her in trouble with Jeff and Gabby and them, because they find out and they try to tell her that she got to lay low and she can't be doing stuff like this, because one, we got Tobias trying to ruin our lives. Two, we got you're a wanted, not a criminal, but you're wanted by the police, because they think you had something to do with the mayor's death, and we still haven't been able to prove that yet, that you don't have nothing to do with the mayor's death. So they tell her to lay low, and Jeff told her that she can't have the Instagram account no more, and that was the end of it. You know, and then she keeps making light. She makes jokes and lie to the situation, saying that even when they come for her, she could either lay low or light their ass up if they come for her. But she makes joke when they, Nissa goes to try to talk to her. Gamby tells him that that's not the only threat we have to worry about. You know, we got the looming threat of Tobias Wells, and we got the looming threat of the IGDs, I think they call them, which is basically the enhanced metahuman guns that can actually go to pierce through their armor. So he said, he tells everybody that while he's still working the kinks out and perfecting the new suits, so that they won't, so that even the IGDs can't hurt them. They should still lay low for the time being, because they actual suits won't work. We also get a scene where Anissa gets a new suit. She gets a new Thunder suit. This time it's just like Jeff's. Where Jeff, all he had to do is feed some electricity to his watch, and it makes his suit come on his body instead of having to go put on the suit like his old suit. Now Anissa has the same thing. Gammy gives her a new suit, and she go throw her hand up like in the Black Power symbolization, and hers is like purplish, and it comes around her body. It goes to the new suit. And so she tests it out, she training, boxing, and then Gabby pulls out a pistol and starts shooting her. And she's doing a la Matrix, she's going like this, dodging it, but then she's starting to get hit. we see that she's getting hit in the chest, like she got hit like right here, all in the chest area, and the bullets are just bouncing off. And she's like, "What the hell, Gambi?" And he's like, "You know what? I knew it was going to happen because I'm trying to show you the new feature of your new suit now. Your suit has a memory feature where that it could, for a short, not permanently, but for a short duration, it will remember your powers and mimic them so that your suit can now even when you're not breathing, can still have that indestructible invulnerability power." So she's delighted about that, but then she told next time you could just at least warn me you're going to shoot me. He said, "Oh well, what's the fun in that if I warn you?" And but he said he still got to work out. Even though he got that perfected, he still got to customize it so that the new metahuman weapons don't go shoot straight through them and kill them. They also get a warning about I forgot the dude's name. The metahuman assassin that's trying to get into the League of Assassins. He tells them about him too, and that he's the one. He was hired by that by the Lady Eve gang, and that she was he was hired by them to kill them. But now they know why he's trying to kill them, because if he get enough high profile kills, he'll be let into the League of Assassins. And they saw in the video of how they was fighting with him. Jennifer tries to cook Jeff apology breakfast, trying to ease her way out of not being Lightning. And they come to a compromise. At first, Jeff just wanted point period blank, delete the Instagram, no more Instagram for Lightning. And she's like, well, maybe we could come to a compromise, because she did mention that for the good that it actually does do is that it inspires kids to do better and actually try to be more active in their community and stuff. And Jeff does see that it did have a positive effect on the school. It actually helped keep the school. Her being on Instagram did do what it needs to do, and it did help get the funding to keep the school's music class. So Jeff comes to a compromise. He said, "Okay, deactivate. You don't have to delete it, but for now, deactivate it. And later on down the line, we could talk about the uses of being on Instagram." She said, like a girl getting her way. She's like, "Thank you, Daddy," and all that type of stuff. And Jeff, delighted that his daughter is doing something positive with Instagram instead of just doing something stupid on there. So he takes the little tablet and we looks over the video of the fight with Hassan. I think that's his name, Hassan. I think that's his name. And he formulates a plan. His plan is to basically, because he came after his daughters and he's after them, he's going to try to set up a meeting with him to ambush him and stuff. Because he's looking over the fight video, and he saw that he's actually worked in the U.S. Army. So the episode comes to a head where Tobias gets his plan, about to put his plan in motion. They realize, you see that it really was Tobias who froze them out of the laboratory. She gets the vials that Lynn did what they thought they was gonna do. She made the vials of the lady's powers, which is to neutralize stuff, to neutralize other metahumans' powers. They get this big machine from this guy. They pay him off, see him out. And, he put his plan into motion, devoting his plan to his dead sister, so that she would know, so Jeff would know what it's like to lose the things he lost. So he activates it, and it emits this big field of. I think he combined it with the lady's powers so that it could negate. It could set like a visible force field to negate everybody's powers. Anissa would go see this guy. I won't tell you how that got set up, but let's just say she goes sees a guy about some evidence that could help her with Tobias, only to find out that guy has been silenced. And Jeff, who lured Hassan out to battle, he's fighting him. Jennifer gets cornered by the police, but managed to escape and fly up into the air. She's in the air flying on her way home, hurt a little bit. But that's when the field is activated and everybody loses their power. Anissa realizes she can't use her thunder power. Jennifer loses her power in the air, and Jeff can't use his power. So we got 3 people in dire straits, and also somebody goes to jail. But I won't. I'm gonna stop it here because that's the cliffhanger. Somebody goes to jail. If I were to give this episode anything, I would give it 9 big ups because it wasn't a perfect 10, but the setup for the next episode was so good that it's just a solid 9 big ups. And I have no problems with the episode. It just wasn't a solid 10 episode, but I'm liking we're just possibly going this final showdown with Tobias. But that's it. That's all I got. If you could hit this right up here, that will take me to all of my reviews, videos. If you hit this button right here in this lower right corner, hey, that's to subscribe. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you're watching this video, hit that button, hit this button right here, subscribe, and become part of your tribe. Or hit any one of these videos for more amazing content. Chief is out, but like I said in the rest of the video, I got to get up and turn this camera off. So, I hate that I said it this way, but peace out, everybody.